Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Monday of Masters Mindset Mondays. So happy New Year to each and every single one of you. Last time I went live was December 30th, and I did it on purpose in 2019 because I wanted you to get the mindset to start 2020 off immediately where you wanted to be in my mindset, right? And I know many of you have private messaged me, hello, oh hi Jessie and Deb and Tania, oh my goodness, and Dawn, Sue, hello everybody. So anyways, I wanted you to be in my mindset, and I've had many of you message me and even post in here going, I need to be in your mindset and I'm ready for this. So I'm not saying that my mindset is the best, but what I am saying is sometimes it's nice to get into somebody else's mindset and see it from a different point of view. Then you have something to compare it to on your own, and then you can say, hey, I like this, or I want to do this. Or you find, you know how they always say the most successful people have 5 people that surround them that help them grow and help them build. And next week we're going to talk a lot about boundaries and who we allow at our table and in our mind space, but so I'll get more into that. But one of the things that happens is those people that surround themselves with the 5 other people that help them grow, they get into their mindset and they start comparing each other and saying, I like this aspect of what this person does, and I like what this person does, and I like this. And then we start forming that into our own and creating our own. But the biggest thing is you have to get out of your own mindset first. Oh my goodness, you guys. Hello. Oh my gosh, I just like last time, this is a little bit overwhelming. I have a feeling that I'm not gonna be able to keep up with all the comments again. Hello, Debbie and Trudy and Sue and Karen and Miss Robin. Hello, beautiful to you too. Karen, hi, Gail. I don't know where that came from, Gail. Oh, good morning, Shay. Gail says good afternoon. Yeah, I guess it's 11 o'clock. Michaela and Brenda, morning to you. MJ, I know that you have a lot of changes coming up. I was talking about you yesterday to a new nail tech that's moving into town. And yes, hello, Catherine, Michaela, Carmen. Oh, guys, so there's so many. Hello, Christina and Monique. Good morning to you all. Cheers. You guys know I always have coffee or tea in my hand at all times. Okay, so I'm going to start off. So today's a 2-part Mindset Monday. And so the first part, we're going to talk about what would have happened last week in our planners. And so if you have the planner, great. I can tell you as of today, there's only one that's not been mailed out. So as of this morning, I am completely caught up except for the one order that came through last night. So those of you that are waiting for your planners, I mailed a big bundle of them last Friday, but I think with the New Year's, I think there was a little bit of a delay. And then on Friday when I took them, it was at the end of the postal day. And you guys know I live in a really small town. I just found out, I've lived here for 3 years, I just found out that our post office is not open on Saturdays. And I was like, what? I want these to be posted. So I don't know if behind the scenes they still post on Saturdays and we just don't have the postmaster available to the public on Saturdays. But so in other words, what will end up happening is those ones that I mailed on Friday wouldn't get posted till today. So we'll see how that goes. So there might be a little bit of a delay. And of course, with the holidays, some of you had a delay over Christmas, but I know that they're out there. All the tracking orders look good. They are all posted except for the one order that came through last night, and any more that might come through this morning. I didn't check. Trudy said you ordered yours this morning. So Trudy, you're one of them that I haven't gotten to yet, but I can tell you that they've all been posted. The feedback, so I called it imperfectly perfect. And the reason why is because they're truly handmade. And I can tell you just yesterday, I went and bought like a nice professional paper cutter because I was hand cutting all of them. And so they look better now than what they did. So like here's in the beginning, you can see that's not perfect. My cuts were not perfect. Like this one even doesn't, well, I guess it fits the binder. Anyways, They're truly handmade, homemade with love. And so they're getting better as I go. Never done anything like this before. Okay, so in your planner, whether you have the Follow Your Arrow one or the Shabby Chic one, as I showed you before, they both start off with the dream big and what does that truly mean to you? And you know, at the beginning of the year, we always talk about resolutions. Okay, the definition of resolution is to resolve something and to resolve it within that year. But what happens is I looked up studies, because you guys know I'm a numbers girl. I like to look up studies. 95%, like I'll repeat that again, 95% of people give up on their New Year's resolution by January 15th, which I looked that up. That's next Wednesday. In one more week, people will already have a resolution and already give up on it 2 weeks into the new year. We're not doing that. That's where the Master's Mindset Mondays, that's why we're going to continue to work together all year round to not only get one resolution resolved, but continuous priorities every single week, tackling one thing, maybe 2 things a week. I talked about that last week. We're not making our whole list for the whole year right now. Like what we've always been trained to do is make a notebook and write all your resolutions for the whole year. And second of all, I don't call them resolutions. I call them intentions, because we intend to get them done. We put a deadline to that. And then at the very end, we realize we conquered, we resolved it. So to me, the resolution comes at the end, the intentions in the beginning. And so in your planner, it says right here, what's your 2020 New Year's intentions? And that's what I mean by that. So just your overall idea of what you would like to conquer this year. And you know, it's not like make sure I do laundry every Wednesday or anything like that. I'm talking like a life bucket list intention that you've wanted to do, but you just haven't had the time to do it, because now you're going to make the time to do it. Maybe you haven't had funds to do it. You're going to learn a lot about budgeting this year with me. And so it's ways of what to set yourself up for success so that you can resolve that from your mind. You can conquer that. You can achieve that. And you can persevere past that and then come up with another one, because you get a high when you do it right. It's not a resistance. It's this pull that you get. This, like, you guys have messaged me, so many of you have messaged me and said, I am more motivated right now than I have been in years, and I'm ready to be the empress of my empire. I'm ready to take control. And you guys know what? It was off of one video that I did where I just shared myself of my why. If that made you feel that much and you felt this pull that you had to be a part of this group and that you wanted to do this with me this year, that same motivation is the same motivation that we have when we do our intentions. We want to do it. Remember when you're a teenager, younger, maybe early 20s, or maybe you are there. I'm a lot older than that. And you were so motivated to get something done and you were excited. Maybe it was your first apartment and you were moving in. You would stay up all night long decorating. We weren't tired. We had this energy about us. And the next day we would work with energy, and then we would sleep really, really good. That's the pull that I'm talking about. The pull where you're so excited to do something and you have the plan, you know how to do it, which we're going to talk about steps of how to get your intentions to come to fruition. That's the magnetic energy that I talk about, that pull that pulls you, where you have this energy and this motivation and you don't even know where it comes from. It's magical to me. And you just want to get it done. And yeah, some of it might take more than one day to get it done. Some of it might take, I'm going to use Becky again just because she's the latest person that I know that did this. One of her intentions for last year was, to live life extraordinarily, do the bucket list. So on her birthday, she did skydiving. Okay, that is a one-day thing that you can do. But guess what? There's a day that you had to sign up for it. There was probably a day that you had to go do a little training for it. There's the mindset that you're like, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to let fear hold me back. I'm just going to do it. And sometimes you just don't think about it, just do it. And once you're signed up, you're committed to that, right? You're not going to back out, and then you're just going to go do it. And then in that one day, it's done. And then you get that energy that stays with you for a while. It makes you want to do more and more and more. That's the mindset that I hope that we stay in for the entire year. Hello, Morgan. Juliana, good morning. Lydia, Dee Dee. Oh my goodness, Adriana. Hello, China. Good morning to you too. Deb, no way you can cut all of those by hand so straight. Yeah. Deb, I did, and I can tell you your planner was one of them that is completely cut by hand. So yeah, the ones that are going out now, this isn't one, but they're a lot more sleek. They look a little bit more like that. Okay, so intentions. Let's talk about that for a second. When you write down your intentions, think about your year, okay? Or you can break it down into quarters. And I want you to think about, what do you really want? And I'm not talking house chores, anything like that. And I'm not talking, I want a boyfriend if you're not, or I want to be married this year if you're not married. I'm talking about for you, truly down deep, what do you want? Okay. What would it take to get what you want? Sometimes it's just a phone call to make an appointment, make it happen. Sometimes we have to budget that. And if you guys do Dave Ramsey at all, you know that every week you can put a few dollars into one of the envelopes that are in here, hide it away, and then after a few weeks, you're going to find out that that money was there and you didn't even miss it. And now you have the funds to do what you want. Is it a training that you want to do for nails? Is it skydiving? What is it? Because the very first step that you need to do, research. Okay? Don't go to some place that doesn't have very good reviews. Do your research. Write in a planner, get your side planner together, write down what it's going to take, the phone number, who you spoke with that day. Do they accept a deposit? Put a deposit down. Sometimes deposits, like if you want to go to nail camp, $100 deposit. Okay, that holds your spot. You are now committed. And then the rest of the time is saving up, marking off the time in your planner so that you know you have adequate time marked off, and have everything start to line up. And you're going to find out, you're going to get that pull. You're going to get that motivation to say, oh my gosh, I'm really doing this. Then you're going to make yourself accountable. You're going to make a post here in our group. I signed up for this today, because you know what's going to happen? People are going to comment on it, or you're going to inspire somebody else to do the same. So your pool is going to pull other people into that magnetic part. And you're going to continue to grow because you're accountable. We're all going to be like, so whatever happened? Did you do that? Send us pictures. We get excited for you because we lift each other up. It's a natural thing when you're around like-minded people. So what do you really want? Like, even if it's just 2 things for that year, what is it that you really, really want to do? Last year, I can tell you one of my intentions was I really wanted to get my website where I was in control of it. I didn't pay somebody to do it, so that if I needed to make changes, I could. And I really wanted to put my business more online in a more professional manner, because I was just, promoting events through Facebook. Now I can do email campaigns. I can do, a lot more. I really wanted to put myself up and scale or structure myself to the next level. And I did it. But you know what? It took me all year. And many of you that talk to me every day, I was so frustrated some days because I'm like, I don't understand the language. I don't understand when they start talking about SEOs and all this stuff behind the scenes. And then I'd Google that, and then I'd be like, I still don't understand it. And then Jody Ann Cates, who I know is in this group, I called her because she said, Amy, I can help you with that. And you know what it took? It took for me to get out of my own mindset of I can do this by myself and ask for help of people who love to do that kind of stuff. So she felt a high from helping me. I was able to get a lot of things done. In fact, she kind of took over and did a few things for me, and then taught me in my language how to do it myself. That's powerful, but it took a tribe to be able to do that for me to understand it. And so we have to lean on each other. We have to be accountable to each other sometimes to create and, have our intention come to fruition, because that's what it takes. Not everything can we do on our own. Sometimes we have to ask for help. Okay. So ask in the group. Ask each other. We have bookkeepers in here. We have accountants. We have, people that have other careers before they became a nail tech. And they're in this group. And there's many of us that have been in the industry for many years. We love to share how we did what we did. And so if it ties in the beauty industry, or maybe even not, if it ties into a website, and stuff like that, we're in this group. Count on us for that. The next thing with intentions is, how they always create like vision boards. What's your vision? Again, Becky, I'm throwing your name out there. A couple years ago, Becky did an online vision board platform. And this year, Anita Hug Jones is going to do one. And she got her board. They went through magazines and, drew pictures and everything that they wanted to do. And they created the board. Becky stuck hers on the back of her closet, because it was one of those things, it's kind of a big board. It's for you, not for everybody else. And you needed to see it every single day. And so hers was in the back of the closet. I could just envision her like separating her clothes and going, there's my vision for today. What am I going to accomplish today? I'm not a vision board person. I tried it. There's even online apps to do that. I'm more of a notebook girl. So I do tear out pages out of magazines, stick in my notebook, and put them randomly in there, and that's my vision board. So I do mine a little bit differently. And so therefore, what's your vision? Where's it at? And right now, in the very beginning of the year, have fun with that. Maybe your vision is something so little, like picking apples off of your tree, or off of my tree. You can come pick them off of my tree. Maybe it's something so little that you've never done. Something fun. Even put that down on there, because you would be amazed at the things that might put struggle, like doing the computer kind of stuff. You get it done, it's good, it feels good at the end, but along the way, those struggles make you want to quit or just hire it done, and you don't have the money to hire it done, so then you give up, right? But when you have fun things on there, like today I'm just going to chew bubble gum all day, and the old Hubba Bubba, ones that you can blow big bubbles like the size of your face. Put fun things into your vision board like that. So at those times where you have a frustration, you can look at these little fun things that you can accomplish, and you use that to keep that fuel burning. That's the ignition that keeps your soul happy. And for me, it's silly stuff like that. You guys have watched me go live with those big candy chewed lips. You've watched me do some goofy things online. Those are the things, they make me laugh, they make me feel youthful, and they bring that energy back from within that I can't get anywhere else. So sometimes it is jumping in a mud puddle. Put that on your vision, and then those times that are tough for you, that you just feel like you're in that rut or on the low part of a burnout, you do something like that, and it tends to bring that youthful energy back to you. The other thing is just like whether you do a vision board or you write it all down on a list, however you do it, I want you to make sure that it's on something that you can physically look at. For me, it's always a notebook. You can hold it in your hands. You can look at it. You have control of this. It is yours, and it's yours to do with what you want. Okay, so be realistic. Okay, so in the beginning, you can have the goofy stuff on there. You can have, things on there that that you can accomplish in a day. But I want you to put something on there that really does challenge you for the year. Put something on there that this year I'm going to do this. And for me, it was a website. I couldn't get that done in a day. It took me months to get through that. And I still am learning that process. But guess what? I'm learning. I'm growing. I hate the word control, but I have control over my website because I know how to run it. I learned so much about business, and I learned so much about steps along the way of what it takes to get there, that I want you to pick at least one thing that is going to truly challenge you so that you can grow and you can feel in that control of like, I understand this, I get this. Even if it's one thing in the nail industry and you're like, this year I'm going to conquer shapes and structure. We know that's one of the hardest things besides retention. I'm going to practice shapes and structure every month all year, and make that your goal. Maybe at the end of that, your intention is also maybe a competition in shapes and structures. You know, so really make it something that you can accomplish, but things that challenge you, help you grow, but still the fun stuff that's in there along the way. All right, let's go back to some of these. Oh my goodness. Yes, Jessie, wow, I love it, love it. Okay. Hi, Morgan. And Lydian. Oh, hello, Shimei. How are you today? MJ says, I am in my mid-50s, getting ready to move from Wyoming to Oregon. Yep. And start my business all over again. I'm so excited. Just like what you were talking about. This old dog is really learning new. Hold on it. Let me expand it. New tricks. Yes, exactly. And MJ, you know my story. I started 3 years ago. We moved here and I had to start all over again. So it's the third time I had to restart my business. Whole new location, people I did not know. And I swear to you, I keep moving to smaller and smaller and smaller towns. I told my husband the next town that we moved to, because we're in I think we have 550 to 600 people in our town, and they're really spread out because it's a ranching town. I go, the next one, we're going to be like population 1, and it's going to be our own town of the masters. It doesn't get, I already feel like we're at the smallest. Deb says, wow. Yes, thanks. Oh, wonderful. I started my microblading course this weekend. Congratulations, Carolyn. Yes, another big step that's not going to happen overnight. It took you signing up. It took you doing research. It took you having the drive to say you're going to do this. And now obviously you're in the action of that this weekend for it to come to fruition. Do not think that any of your successes are overnight. They're not. It takes work. It takes discipline too. Amen. That's where I am with the website. Need help? Yes. So Deb, you and I have talked about this. Reach out, put a post into the groups and say, is there anybody that knows this part of the website? I know next week I'm going to go see Becky, and that's what I'm going to help her with, is get her website up and going. I'm not an expert, but it might take me asking additional people for help too. Jessie says, the social media algorithms confuse me too. Yes, and as you guys well know, like what Jesse's saying, those algorithms, they used to be called formulas. So one of the things we're going to talk about is the word of the week all the time. And the word of the week, I told you we're going to use the thesaurus, because we're going to make the word bigger and we're going to put that into our vocabulary so that we continuously grow our mind, grow our vocabulary, and grow ourselves. So for instance, algorithms used to be called formulas. Okay, so it's kind of funny, like this is the formula that we use. So algorithms. So algorithms is always changing. You always see people saying, oh, Facebook's changed, or Google's changed, or Instagram's changed. They have a new algorithm. Well, here's what is happening. No matter what platform you're on, let's say that you have Alexa in your house and you go, Alexa, what is the most popular color of a car for 2020? Okay. And then she gives you an answer. All of a sudden on your phone, everything you Google, your YouTube, everything is about colors of cars. It's constant. It's a formula that the internet has created to keep you into things that you're interested in. Your newsfeed, everything that you look at is totally different than what I look at. What shows up in my YouTubes and in all the ads that pop up on everything that we do these days, all of that will start being into that one thing. I'll share a funny story with you. My husband and I were watching The Masked Singer, and one of the judges on there said that it was the person under the mask was Bjork. And my husband's like, I don't even know who Bjork is. So he gets his phone, he says, okay, Google. And he goes, who is Bjork? And it brings up Bjork. Do you know that Bjork showed up in his newsfeed? He doesn't have Facebook. My husband's never on Facebook, Instagram, any of that stuff. Bjork showed up everywhere, and he was like, oh my gosh. So one day his man card came out, I called it, and he sat there and he Googled every manly thing that he could find so that his news feed was back to manly stuff and not Bjork. And guess what happened? It was the funniest thing. One of the posts that popped up on there was Bjork again, but it's because she was on the cover of like a men's journal magazine with a weightlifter kind of guy. And it was hilarious because as much as he tried to like get her off of his social media and his phone, she still popped in there some way because he searched for it one time. That's algorithm, and it can mess things up. So as soon as you have your algorithm where you want it and you have posts coming in the way you want, the inspiration coming in the way you want, you Google one thing and that's what's going to come up. Changes every single day. And so that's why it does get confusing, Jesse, is because we can't keep up with it. So you have to take control of what you're searching all the time so that you can make sure that that's always popping up for you, so that you're continuously inspired with the things that you want to. For me, I have a lot of motivational speakers that pop up on my newsfeed all the time, and Facebook and everything, because that's what I search continuously. Every morning I start off with one of those things. So all day long, that's what's in my newsfeed. So what happens though is it takes out other things that you're interested too, because I'm not going to my friends and my families and clicking on their pages for them. I lose them because it's gaining more of this. So if you're really wanting to stay active in certain things, you have to go to that page and you have to stay active in it. That's how the algorithms work. That's why they're so confusing. Morgan says, jumping off, next client, watch the rest later. Yes, Morgan, that's the great thing about what we're doing here is I'm always available here on replay at your convenience. Robin says, I'm horrible at asking for help. So glad that we have so much talent in this group. Robin, ask for help. Do you know what? When somebody else's strength is your weakness and they get to help you, that feels so good. So if I was to call you and say, Robin, I really need some help. I'm struggling in this and I know it's a strength that you have. Can you help me out? Would you not immediately get a high and go, yeah, because it feels good to help other people out when you're strong in something like that. We want to do that. And so remember not to block that blessing. Ask for the help from the people that want to give you that help. So ask for help. Do not feel guilty about it. Ded says, yes, so hard not to give up. Determination and vision keeps me going. And you. Aw. Hello, Tammy. Good morning. Oh my gosh, Jesse, you signed up for nail camp in Mexico? See, exactly that. I'm sure you did a little bit of research or you heard about it, and then you looked at the website and kind of checked it out, and then you probably decided, should I teach at it or should I go as a, as a tech? Because that's what happens sometimes, is like sometimes I just want to be the tech. I don't want to teach everywhere I go. And then you probably put down a deposit or paid for it. There's steps to get to where you want, and then that excitement lasts. Yeah. Deb, ask for help. Yep. Sue says, wow. MJ says, been there, done that. Oregon to North Dakota to Wyoming, back to Oregon. Yes, exactly that. Okay, so I'm going to skip through some of these. I'll answer your questions later. Okay, so, oh, that's so wonderful. Okay, so back to intentions. If you're not motivated, you get a push or a resistance on whatever it is your intentions were. That means you didn't plan it out enough, okay? That's the whole fact behind it. So you have an intention of what you want to do. You have this initial pull that's like, yes, I can do this, I can do this. If you don't ask for help, you don't do your research, you don't outline it, you don't plan it out, you don't do a vision board behind it, you don't get your mindset and your body focused into it 1,000%, you're gonna get the push. Because sometimes, and then people are like, oh, it wasn't meant to be. That's not always true. It means that you weren't willing to do the fight, okay? Sometimes we have to push our way there, but it's because that pull is pulling us more than what the push is pushing us, okay? It's that balance. So if you really want it, then continue to do more research. Continue to surround yourself with people that want that exact same thing. And if you need to, get into other Facebook groups that have those same minded people. Maybe I'm going to throw this out there. You want to learn to crochet, okay? You're not going to learn that in nail groups. You're going to learn that in other crochet groups. And those people want to help you be successful too. And it's free. So put yourself out there. Push yourself to get out of that comfort zone and grow and learn something new. Don't always just get the resistance and then say, oh, it's not for me. That's not always the truth. Julia says, I found you. I found you too. Okay. Yeah, once again, when you get that pull, I'm reading from some of my notes. When you get that pull, it's amazing because we get this youthful energy where we can't sleep if we want to hurry up and get up in the morning and go do it. I can tell you, I've now made over 80 planners and I'm not tired of it. Every single one I make, I have your name there. I've handwritten you a little note that goes into it. Every single one of them that I make, all I can see is how I can make it better and how fun it is. Like, I like to craft anyways. And I mean, from doing the vinyl and cinching them and doing everything, I'm not tired of it yet. I still have an energy for it, but I can tell you in the beginning, the push was like, I don't know how to do this. I can't find somebody local to help me out. I don't know how to do this. I don't have I don't have the equipment to do this. Do my research, started investing in myself. I had a vision of where I wanted to go. I knew I needed to take control over that. I needed to ask for help. I needed to do research, which ended up being a lot on YouTube, and getting it. And now I have this childlike energy where I get up every single morning and I can't wait to do more. I've stayed up late at night, and my husband comes home and I have the little TV on in our kitchen. I'm on our island and I'm just putting binders together. And he's just like, "You're still at it?" And I go, "Yeah." And you know what? As you can tell, I still have an energy for it. I'm not tired of this. This energy that you get is meaning that you're on the right track, and it's where you are. I love that childlike energy. It's like, I don't know. Like I said, it's like when you move into your first place all on your own and you're willing to stay up all night long, like decorating and putting things where it needs to go, and you're just super excited. That's where I'm talking about with your intentions. It becomes part of your identity. It becomes who you are. Okay, so that's all I'm going to talk about intentions. And that was in the first week into your planner. And hopefully you guys wrote down a few intentions throughout the year. You can add more to that. What was your word of the week? Of course, for last week, my word of the week was intentions, because that was where my focus was. That's what I needed to focus on last week. Of course, I had majority of the week off, which was nice. So my self-care was marked off. I went and got my hair done. I got a massage. So I got to indulge a little bit last week, but it was also my birthday. So, I went a little extra, and sometimes that's what we got to do. Jesse said some call that manic. Yes, exactly. Julie says, "You are my mentor. Don't make me cry. You are my mentor and my friend. Inspires to do more and reach for more every single day." Yes, and we grow with that. Exactly that. I love it. Okay, so this week, starting on Sunday, January 5th. So my word of the week is time management. I hate the word management, because manager to me just always seems so, like this. And I don't really like the word control, because I don't know. I don't know another word. So when it comes to time, I always say time planning or time structure, because I'm making that time. I'm structuring out what I need to do. I'm allotting real time to get things done. And so it is management, it is control, but for some reason I just don't like those words. And then my priority this week was my husband. I'm leaving today, this afternoon, to take him to a base, because he flies out till June. I don't get to see him until June to go to boot camp. This is his life dream. So my priority this week is my husband. And that's all I wrote, husband. Whatever he wanted to do, whatever he wanted to eat, everything that he wanted to talk about, every movie he wanted to watch, everything I put completely for him. Because I want him to know that I trust in him, I believe in him, I'm so proud of him. And so my priority this week was hubby. That was it. So remember how I said to stick to your priorities, one, maybe two? That's it. That's your focus just needs to be that. We have too many day-to-day little to-dos that we have to do, that if we put down a whole bunch of priorities, we're not going to get them done, and we're going to feel like we have that failure. Okay, that's not what our mindset is set up to do. We are set up and we are made to be able to make things happen, not failure. And so you have to set yourself up for success and not failure. So when I go back to say, I only want you to write down one, maybe two priorities for the week, that's what I mean. In addition to your normal stuff, what's the one thing that you want to focus on that week? Where's your focus at? Mine for this week is my husband. And that's where it's going to be. Today's going to be a hard day. Tomorrow's going to be a hard day. Okay. And then, of course, just as the book says, at the end of the week, I want you to put in your total income your total expenses. So you'll have your receipts, put them in your envelopes and save them. How many clients did you do? But truly, how many hours did you really, really work? And if you advertise on social media, I want you to include those hours. Let's be real and figure out where our numbers are. Okay. And then what I want you to do is divide your hours, your hours and your clients, and I want you to see what your actual average hourly wage really is, and then know that after that wage you still have overhead and table costs and product costs and all this stuff coming out. Okay, you see that expense line, you have additional things coming out. And so are you making them above minimum wage? Are you being profitable? And like I said, you're going to learn this on week 1. Your first week back to work on a full week, you're going to see this. And if you, by the end of the month, you see that this is a continuous cycle, then immediately you need to contact me and we need to make changes. Because you need to be profitable and you need to take that stand now. And you need to get your planner going. You need to get that time management going to where you can be successful and profitable. And it's easy to do, but it takes a little bit of hardship, because it takes us out of our comfort zone. It makes us feel like we're mean when we raise our prices. It makes us feel like we're being rude, and you're not. You are a business owner, and you have to put your business as a priority. That is your livelihood. And you need to take control over that. And so at the beginning of in January, you're going to know where you're at. So be real, be honest on everything that you're doing. Nobody else sees your planner. And then you're going to find out where you really, really are. Hi, Erica and Sammy. Yes. Hello, everybody. Tammy says, I need this word this week, time planning. Yes. Last week, before vacation, I expected state board for this week. Oh, that's so exciting. Yes, so good luck for state boards too. Okay, so back to time management. I'm going to take you guys on a really quick field trip, because I have this clock, and this clock is set intentionally like this. Whoa. And one of the things about this clock is that it's never worked since I bought it, but I liked it. Let's turn this around. Okay. It has never, I don't know why I keep it on the wall, but it reminds me that I do not have 3 times in my day like this. They're all not on the same, time. They're all crazy. I do not have this in my mind. I can only concentrate on one thing at a time. This is 3 things, okay? This clock to me symbolizes to me that I cannot get everything done unless it's planned, and I cannot live my life like this. To me, this is chaos. This is gears. This is multiple people needing to help. That clock stays in my upper room to remind me every single day that I need to focus on one thing at a time. And like I said, I've been frustrated because ever since I bought that dang clock, it has never worked. And so I've just left it the way it was because of the meaning that it had behind it. And it was interesting because my husband looked at the clock and he liked like the geary kind of look. But he was like, you know what? It makes me think the same thing. We don't have that much time. Everybody has the same amount of time every single day. What are we going to do with it? Are you going to waste it? Is every single day going to be allotted for a certain amount of time? So here's the number one thing in your time that you need to be focusing on. It's not your awake time, it's your sleep time. You cannot function properly every single day if you do not make the time to properly have good sleep. Now, I understand when you have littles, it's hard because you have to get up in the middle of the night. Maybe you're nursing. Maybe you have littles that you have to get up because, they have night terrors or they have to go to the bathroom. Or maybe you have to go to the bathroom. But here's the thing. Set yourself up for success for true sleep. And they say we need 6 to 8 hours. My husband needs 10. We've learned that. He works night shifts. He needs 10 hours of sleep. I need 6. Okay? So you need to find time, and I talked about this in the very first video. I made this planner on purpose to end at 7 o'clock for work. Now you can alter it to what you need. I know certain days you guys can work later, but for those of you that are working 10 to 9 every single day, because when I did a poll and I asked what the hours were when I was putting this planner together, there were so many of you that were working 6-7 days a week from 10 to 9. Why are you doing this? If you have a client in your chair that much time, you need to raise your prices and you need to take control of that book and you need to give yourself some time off, because where's your sleep? Where's your family time? Where's your self-care time? Where's your friends' time? Where's your time to relax? Your brain needs 3 hours to be able to calm down enough to get everything out of it for you to actually fall asleep. So when you're working till 7, that means the earliest that you're truly going to be able to fall asleep is 10. Okay, but look what you're going to be doing from 7 to 10. You're going to be grocery shopping, making food for your kids, making food for yourself, maybe doing some chores around the house. Maybe you're going to go have dinner with somebody. That means you're still in active mode. So then from whatever time you end that, let's say it's 9 o'clock, 3 hours. That means now you're going to bed at midnight. Okay, where is your time allotted for you to decompress from your day, focus on what you did for the day and let it go, write down your little to-dos or whatever for the next day, get your plate cleared so that you can truly sleep? That is a number one priority for you. When you sleep, your body is healing. When you sleep, your body and your muscles and everything can rest. You have to find a way to decompress completely, disconnect online, and get yourself to sleep. When we were fostering, one of the things that the counselor told me that blew my mind is they said, first of all, so like he could game up to a certain point. And then after he was done gaming, or TV time or screen time, they called it, I guess, which we had to make stop at 7 so that he could be asleep by 10, because there's those 3 hours, okay? And he was older, so he wasn't like a little, you need to adjust your time to those 3 hours. And at 9 o'clock at night, I was supposed to give him a bowl of cereal, sugary cereal, and a melatonin. And I'm like, what? That is not how I raised my kids. I did not give them cereal after dinner. They did not get dessert except for special times that they could stay up late because of the sugar. But here is the theory of it. Decompress, no more screen time. So it puts his mind in different mode. He loved to draw. He would draw, and he was an amazing artist. He would draw, he would, craft, whatever he's going to do, read. And then, so you could watch him kind of come down. Then I give him a bowl of cereal, and you could see him get happy. They love the idea that they get this bowl of cereal before bed. It's like a treat. Their mind goes into a happy mode, so they're not upset anymore. And when your mind is happy, you sleep better. And then the sugar crash comes down and the melatonin kicks in. And do you know, he could not stay awake. He was so ready for bed. And when he would go to bed, he'd fall asleep immediately. He'd sleep all night. I'm not saying that's a fix for everybody. I've tried it on myself. It works. If that's what you need to try, go for it. But for some reason, a bowl of cereal only lasts in your system for so amount of time. So don't go get yourself a Monster or some high sugared caffeinated something and then do that. I'm talking a 1 cup bowl of cereal, and we used Fruity Pebbles and a melatonin, and it's amazing how it works. But you got to set it up to where there's no screen time. You have your downtime, your deep compression time, and sleep. Number one thing for time management. If you're not getting good sleep, your brain's not working and properly there. Okay, time is your most valuable resource. If you are not planning your time out accordingly, you're not utilizing your awake time to the fullest extent that you can do, okay? And obviously planning out what you want to do in the day, whether it's a work day and you're planning out your clients. And if you work out, then do you work out in the morning? Do you work out after work? Make sure there's enough time that you have planned in your day to be successful. Be real about your day. Sometimes you might have to give up your workout or give up a client for that day so that you can get something else done that is a priority, that has a deadline or a timeline that you have to do. For instance, if you have kids, what if there's a kids concert that day at the school? Sometimes you'll have to move a client around, give up one of your things that is in your normal routine to go do that because that's priority. And that's okay. That's planning your day. That's planning your time accordingly. Time's limited. Sleep is in there. Then we have work, we have personal time, we have our health time, we have our relationship time, which is so important. We even need to mark off time to eat because that's important, obviously. And so there's lots of things in your day. And I'm not saying plan out your day, from 8 to 8:30 I'm going to eat. From 8:30 to 9 I'm going to do this. No, I'm not talking like that. You got to go with the flow of the day. But what I am saying is mark off time to do that so that you're not eating in your car on your way to work. Take a moment to just eat and then drive to work. One, it's dangerous to eat and drive, and I do it all the time, so I know. But what I'm saying is really change your routine for you to be successful. Quit multitasking all the time and being like that clock where you don't get anything done because you have too many things going on. Stop all of the chaos and focus on one thing at a time. And you're going to realize that all those things don't take that much time. And if you have something that's on your to-do list that it takes 5 minutes or less, just go get it done. Dishes, honestly, dishes, less than 5 minutes. Putting a load of laundry into the washer, less than 5 minutes. Taking a load of laundry out, maybe slightly folding it, maybe not putting it away. Sometimes that takes longer. It's 5 minutes. Just do it. Okay? Don't go, oh, I need to do laundry tonight, and you're still sitting there 5 minutes later and you've done nothing. You could have had the laundry done within that 5 minutes. Just get it done. As soon as you get those things done, do you know how much freer your mind is going to be, where you can be back in the creative mode to go back to what your intentions really are? Quit wasting the time, keep your focus, and just get it done. I don't like to do laundry every day. I don't do laundry every day. I don't mark off a day to do laundry, but I do notice that there are days I'm like, this has to be a laundry day. And so that's where my focus is. So what I do is before I go to work, I'll put in a load of laundry. When I get home, I can take it out. That's at 5 minutes. It's not me sitting there all day doing laundry and then trying to do other things in between. That's when we get too many clocks going, too many things going on. Just do one thing at a time. Just get it in. Start with the steps. Yeah. Do it with dread. Julia, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm sorry, I know that there's a lot of comments on here and I'm not able to see all of them. I will respond to you after. I just have to stay focused at what I'm doing. Okay, what is your number one priority to get done today and this week? And I want you to write that down at the bottom of your planner. So another thing I want to talk about when it comes to our planners is, so you've put your clients in there. If you have it already, you've already written them down somewhere and then waiting for your planner. But where's your realistic timing to get each client done? Okay, so if you're like me, you have your regular clients, and I can tell you they're what I call trained, or they've also trained me. And so they respect my time, they're on time. When they are more than 15 minutes late, they know that they're not getting polished at the end. They are leaving here clear with a top coat on. If they are half an hour late, they get nothing done. They get rescheduled because I don't have enough time to give quality work to them, and I'm not going to continue to do them and run my day late. I see that a lot right now in our news feed of Tech Talk Worldwide about people. Like this one lady put in there that her client was 30 minutes late, and it's her first client of the day, and how dreaded she is because she knows she's going to run late the rest of the day. Everybody wrote in the comments, no, you reschedule her. She's not respecting your time. You've allotted a time for her. You've respected that. You're ready and available for her at that time. If they don't follow in through with the time, then they have to deal with the consequence. You don't put the rest of yourself and your clients into those consequences of that person. That's the hard part. That's the dreaded part of our job. But that's also management, and it's being consistent. And then that client, they're either not going to be on your books again, or they're not going to do that again. Because I can tell you, the clients that leave here where they have to go another month with no color on their nails, the whole month they felt like they were punished. They don't show up late. But I make sure that I'm available on time too. I'm not going to expect them to always be on time and then I run late. That's not how this works. I used to make my appointments every single hour, and I would do the artwork and everything in it. And I realized it took me a long time, that time is money. However, I'm not going to keep this client and I'm not going to be happy throughout my day if I don't allot enough time to be able to make true money. Because what I'm known for is artwork. Okay, so if I do somebody's nails really quick and then I do quick artwork, I'm not going to be able to possibly charge the extra for the extra few minutes to do the artwork. And I have learned that if I allot enough time, so now I do an hour and a half for every single client. Now remember, they're all fills. I haven't done a new set in I don't know how long. Because when you get in the industry and you have a full clientele, all your clients are fills. Your income becomes capped. Your hours become capped. The only way for you to make extra is through art, through the extra little things that you do. And so for me to be able to have that raise, I need to allot enough time that I can do the art. So my clients will message me in advance pictures of what they want, and then they say, Amyize it. So take a combination of these pictures. This is what I have in mind. So when they come, I have the product on my desk. I'm ready. I'm set up. They're here on time. I have enough time to do that. And I get an additional $10 to $15 per client because I allotted enough time to be successful. Now I have a raise. They don't always do artwork, but the days that they do, I have that ready, and they know that. They make their appointments in advance, so they already tell me. They all know what they want for the whole year. They have a Pinterest board of this is what I'm going to have in January, February, March. Yeah, it's crazy, but it becomes fun for them because they know they can trust me. They know that I'm going to be ready and available for them, and that's how you keep that relationship of that client going. So make sure that when you're in your planner that you are true to the boundaries of your time, of what you can do. Make sure that you can maximize what you can do with that client, as well as make them accountable to you for the time. If they are late, there's things that get deducted. They still have to pay the full amount, but they don't get color, they don't get art, they don't get something, but they still get nails that are going to stay on for the month or however long your clients go, good retention, good prep, and the product on there. That's as far as they get. And they're happy with that because they know that they're the ones that were late. So make sure that you take control of that table. And again, I always call it be the empress of your empire. Sorry, Jessie, I know that you're in here and you're not going to be the empress, but you can be the emperor of your empire. So make sure you allot enough time for that. Also, I told you to go through your planner, mark off significant holidays that you need days off, mark off kids' holidays. I've already marked off my daughter's graduation. When my husband comes back, I've marked this stuff off first. I marked off, you guys know I get my infusions. I have my doctor's appointments marked off that I know of. I've marked off some self-care days. So far, it's one day a month that I have marked off for a self-care day. That means that I'm doing nothing on that day. I get to do whatever I want, and it's not going to tie into work. And maybe what you want is to sit on Pinterest all day or stay on Facebook all day, but you're not going to feel guilty about it because it's what you're doing for yourself. It's okay to do that. Mark you out first, and then mark in your clients. Quit wasting time. Quit hitting that snooze button in the morning and get up. Maybe start your day with something that is that kid-like energy that gives you that pull. You know, some people like to work out or they like to do yoga. For me, I like coffee. So I do something and start my day off with something I want to do. So therefore, I don't want to hit the snooze button over and over and over and over again. Think about the extra 15 minutes, what you could do. Remember I said all those things that take 5 minutes? You could have had those things done in that extra 15 minutes that you were just snoozing. And did you really fall back to sleep for the 5 minutes that your snooze button went? And then hit snooze again and then fall back to sleep? Do you really fall back to sleep, and do you really feel like you've accomplished anything? You haven't. So do not hit the snooze button. Your alarm goes off for a reason. Get up. Do those 5-minute things that are mindless. It does not take us We've done enough laundry that we know how to start the washer with our eyes closed. Just mindlessly do it until you can wake up, and then, enjoy your day. No more wasting time. There are 52 weeks in your year. There are 52 priorities that you can get done this during your year. And so make sure that you use your time where you need it to be so that you can feel accomplished. Marcy said self-care in all caps. Yes, exactly that. I also want you guys to know that it's okay to say no. You know, I've talked many times that I'm a yes girl. I'm a yes but girl. Okay, so people will be like, hey, do you want to go to coffee today? And I'm like, yes, but I can't do it today. Can I do it tomorrow? So I always start off yes, because I've learned the more that you say yes, the more people will listen, the more they will react to you because you've said yes. Sometimes those doors of opportunities open up because you've said yes, but it's okay to say yes, but I can't do that right now because I have this. Yes, whatever it is, yes, but can I fit it into here? And then plan that out. Okay. When you immediately say no to somebody, they don't listen to the rest of it. You can't say, do you want to go for coffee? No, but can we do it tomorrow? They're stuck on the no. Oh, they don't really want to go, and now they're pushing me off. Okay. So I get in the mindset where I go, yes, but can we do it tomorrow? Can we do it next week? Can we do it next Tuesday? You know, however you want to do it. So I want you to not be afraid to say no and pull yourself out of those things. So for instance, I was just asked to be on a board again. And you guys know I've been on many boards, and I love that. I love being surrounded with people like that, but my plate is full for this year. I have a lot going on. And so I said, yes, but this is not the year for me to do it. I'll look at it into the future. So I never said no. What I'm saying is that, yes, I would like to do it, but right now is not the right time. So in a way, it's still saying no, but kindly. So remember to kind of change how you do with things like that as well. I want you to also, when you're planning in your planner, to mark off breaks. I am talking time where you can go for a walk, get something to eat, go to the bathroom. How many times do we sit here and we do the wiggle and the jiggle while we're doing a client, and the next one walks in and we kind of forget, and then you realize another hour and a half went by that you still hadn't, just took 5 seconds to go to the bathroom. I'm talking even that. Make sure you mark off enough time for you to regroup yourself throughout the day. So for me, it's every second client. So like every 2 clients, I mark off an extra half an hour. If I run a little bit late, I run into that time. That half an hour is too much time for me, but it gives me time to respond back to people throughout the day. There's time to respond to emails. And then I feel caught up at the end of the day. I'm not trying to answer all these things. Mark off enough time for you to catch back up to yourself so that next 2 hours you are at your prime again. Love it, love it, love it. That's all my notes, guys, when it comes to time and your to-do list and what I think about priorities and wasting time and getting your intentions done and managing it. Manage your table. Manage yourself. Put yourself as a priority. Make time for the things that you really want to do. And you're going to realize that all those tasks along the way that we really don't want to do, you either need to delegate, ask for help, or just take the 5 minutes and get it done. Quit procrastinating on it. Quit putting yourself in the self-sabotage mode to where I didn't get this done today and this is piling up and this is happening. Get it done. And you're going to realize the more of a routine that you get, that you just get it done. Take those 5 minutes every now and then to just do it. If you are a TV watcher, commercials sometimes can last 10, 15 minutes. Do you know how much you can get done at a commercial? But yet you're still sitting down doing everything else that you want to do. Allot your time for you to be successful, to enjoy life. And it takes a planner. It takes planning it out. It's not all the to-do list. To-do list, there's always a to-do list. Planning it out means that you have an intention. You're going to allot the time that you need to do. You're going to resolve it at least for that day, that week, that month, that year. And it's done. And you feel good about it. And like I said, you get this pull instead of this push. It makes you want to do it because you can see the completion of it and you feel good about that. There's a mindset about all of that to where you're like, I accomplished this. Celebrate those little wins. I did laundry today. I'm all caught up for the day because we know as soon as you go to bed that night, you're going to have more laundry to do. As soon as you do the dishes, there's always another dish. Quit self-sabotaging and go, I just did all the dishes for the moment. I did that all by myself. Or I delegated that. Look at my cute daughter doing the dishes all by herself, and let her do them, even if she is 6 years old. Let her do them. Then you can go back and finish it later. But let her have that sense of accomplishment of helping. How many times when we were a kid, we would go to somebody else's house and we would vacuum and we'd do the dishes and we'd help them do the yard work. We would do all that and we loved it. And we'd go home and we didn't want to do anything at home for that. You have to find that happy medium to where you have that same energy of what you would do for others, do for yourself, or allow others to come in and help you. Anyways, it's all a mindset. All up here, and it's all where you want to, how you want to look at it. So hopefully today helped you look at it a little bit more the way that I do it. And if you need to, go grab your Hubba Bubba, and every time you do the laundry, chew that bubble gum, blow big bubbles the entire time. Laundry's over, throw away the gum. Make it fun. I remember my mom used to come out with the laundry, and it's warm. It feels so good. And she would take the basket and she would dump it on us on the couch. And my brother and I would just sit there and like relish in the warmth of it. Do you know I still do that? No joke. Sometimes I get that laundry out. I'll go sit on the couch, dump it on myself, and I just lay there and I get warm because I'm always cold. You guys know that. And so I just lay there and get warm. And then I'm like, while I'm laying there, I start picking up shirts and folding them while they're on me. Okay? Have fun with it. Turn those tasks and those things that you don't want to do, turn them into something that gives you this energy. And sometimes when we're doing those mindless things, it allows time. So our mind is a processing thing. So if we're always having all these lists in our minds, we are not allowing our mind to process something. That's its job, process, figure things out. So what you need to do is write down all the to-dos, plan them out so that when you have them written out, your mind is going to now start processing how to get those done. That's how you grow. That's how you use your mind to the fullest potential that you have. It's because you're no longer feeling it with, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, self-sabotage. Oh, I'm a failure. I'm not good at this. I'm not. Write it down and allow the mind to freely start processing. And those processing times, it's amazing. It comes when we're doing the other mindless things we don't want to do. So when you're doing laundry, you're doing dishes, and your mind, your to-do list is there. Now your mind is processing how to do the next thing that you need to get done. That is growing, and that is powerful. It's like I said, it's magic how it works. But you have to allow the freedom of your brain to be able to get everything out so it can do its job. Do that. Your heart will feel better. Your soul will feel better. You'll be more connected with who you are, and other people will want to gravitate to help you because they see the energy you have and they want to be a part of that too. Love it. So happy Masters Mindset Monday. Happy New Year to you guys. Thanks for joining in this journey with me. I now have to go take my hubby to finish one of his intentions, his life goals. This has been on his intention list for many years, and so I'm happy and excited for that. I'll see you guys next Monday. And again, here's kind of the thing, how this is working, okay? So February 1st is the deadline. If you want to stay in this group, so right now it's a public group, and you can share posts and all that kind of stuff. If you want to stay in this group, you will need to get on thenailsource.biz and purchase a planner, okay? And this is what we go through every single week. This is our lifeline to this group. And then every week I'm going to come on, we're going to talk about different topics. It's going to talk about business and mindset, and like today was time management and intentions. Okay, if you already have a planner, you do online booking, and you really like what you already have, I came up with another option. It's $40. So the planner's $50. The other option is you can pay $40, and you can just stay in this group. But after February 1st, I know I sound mean when I say this. The ones that chose not to opt in, I'm going to be swiping them out of the group, and what's going to be left is those of us that are ready to do this together. And I'm not, sometimes we already have our group and you don't need this, but until then you can stay in here for free and be active all you want until February 1st, and then that's when things are going to change. I do put events up in the events section every week so that you guys can see what time I go live. It's always going to be Mondays at 11 o'clock. That if you click going, Facebook should send you a reminder a day before and an hour before of when I'm going to go live so you don't miss it. If not, figure out the time difference and mark it off in your planner if you want to join in live. And then I'll go through and answer any questions and stuff you have. Even if you're watching this on replay, I want you to pretend that it's still live, answer the questions, be interactive in it, because it still sends me notifications, and then I can go through and answer any questions or, encourage you on. And I hope that each other, you see something and you encourage them on too. That's what we're here for. Be the help, And anyway, so I look forward to working with you throughout this year. Thank you guys. You guys have you have me on a high with this planner. I didn't know what it would do. I didn't know how really it was going to work out, but it was one of those things that I'd had it planned out. I knew how to do it. It took me research, all the steps along the way, but I didn't know where it would go. I just did it. And I can't thank you guys enough for being a part of this journey and helping support me in that. And in return, I get to help support you too. So thank you very, very much. And I look forward to the continuous year with you of Masters Mindset Mondays. Thank you so much.